Good morning, class 5. Children, I hope you all are fine and happy to be promoted to the senior most class of the junior section. Wow! So today we have started our first chapter and I'm sending you the video so that if you have missed out anything in the online class, or if you have not attended it, or there was some network problem, you can go through this video, okay, to understand the concept better and so that you don't miss out anything from the class. So the lesson number 1 is evolution of computers, in which we are going to study about the various stages in the history of computers. Okay, so in this lesson we are going to study about early computers, characteristics of a computer, classification of computers and limitation of a computer. So we are going to study all these topics. So without wasting any further time, let's start with the chapter. Early computers. Dear children, as you know that computer is a fast calculating machine and performs different operations. As a human being is creative, he does a lot of calculation. Obtaining accurate calculations in less time has been a challenge for human beings since long. So children, we all know that computer is a very fast calculating machine. And how do we know? Because nowadays when we see computer, we can see that how fast it is, and so many changes are happening in the field of computers every single day. So why it is happening? Because it is a very useful machine also. It performs various different operations. You have studied and you must have seen in your practical life also that it performs various operations, various tasks it performs. Okay, as a human being is creative, means we human beings are creative, and we always like satisfy our urge to learn by doing different things, by experimenting new things, by finding new ways of making our work easy and comfortable. So that is why because we do a lot of calculation also, so that is why in the field of computers we can see that so many changes are there. Obtaining accurate calculations in less time has been a challenge for human beings since long. Means because the various types of calculations are involved in so many fields, whether it is the field of engineering or marine engineering, means related to water, or even during the space operations. In these and many other activities, long big calculations are there and we should have the accurate results. So because it is a challenge and it has been a challenge, that is why so many advancements have been happened in the field of computers. Okay, some early computing device. So let's see that the computer which we see now, how it used to be when it was still in the early stages of development. Fine, like in the field of cars, you can see that every 2 or 3 months you can get a new model of a particular car. Or if you look at the phones, mobile phones, or even in the field of two-wheelers like Activa, every now and then you can see that a new version of Activa is coming. Like first it was 2G, then it was 3G, then 4G, like that the versions have changed. Okay, now some early computing devices are Abacus. I am sure children you must have seen Abacus in your play groups, or even when you were here in LKG, because there was a Abacus here. Okay, Abacus was invented in China more than 5,000 years ago. It could perform simple calculation, addition and subtraction. Abacus were also used in Russia and Japan. So this is the picture of Abacus, and it was the early computing device almost as early as 5000 years ago. Since then it is being used. So these are various kinds of abacus. This is Chinese abacus, then this is Japanese abacus, okay, and you must have seen, I am sure you must have seen. Now I am on page number 6, Napier's bones. Napier's bones was a calculating device. It was invented by Sir John Napier and in 1616. It is made up of a set of rectangular rods for doing addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So this is Napier's bone and it is a calculating device again. It was invented by Sir John Napier and one more thing children, you need to remember the dates and the inventors. It is made up of set of rectangular rods. You can see various rectangular rods are there for doing addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Okay, so here you can see the Napier bones. Do you know carved bones were used in Napier's calculating devices? Due to this fact, this device is also known as Napier's bone. So carved bones means the carving was done on the bones and those were used as the rectangular rods. That is why it is known as Napier's bones. Pascaline. The first calculator was invented by a French mathematician, Blaise Pascal. He used a rectangular box with 8 movable wheels. So here you can see the Pascal addition machine and here you can see the moving wheels. So the calculation was done with the help of these wheels, okay, and it was invented by Blaise Pascal. Now Jacquard's card. Joseph Maria Jacquard developed an automatic weaving system in 1801 for weaving patterns into fabrics using cards with punched holes. This was the beginning of the concept of punch cards. Now you cannot see the punch cards, but earlier they were used in a big way for calculation. So it was an automatic weaving machine, a very special machine in that regard, and it was developed in 1801 for weaving patterns into fabrics, means fabrics were used using cards with punch hole. Okay, so it was used for calculation again. Now difference engine. Charles Babbage was an English mathematician. To calculate mathematical tables, he invented difference engine in the 19th century. The difference engine was not accurate, means we know Charles Babbage as the father of the computers, and he was an English mathematician, means he belonged to England. To calculate mathematical tables, he invented difference engine, means he invented an engine which was known as difference engine in the 19th century, but it was not very accurate. Okay. Now analytical engine. Charles Babbage also invented the analytical engine. It was driven by steam power. It had almost all parts of a modern computer. Charles Babbage is considered as the father of the computer. So because the difference engine was not accurate, that is why he again went on doing his research, and then he invented analytical engine. It was driven by steam power, like earlier we used to had steam engine for trains. Similarly, this engine was also driven by steam power. It had almost all the parts of a modern computer, means the kind of computers that we see nowadays, it had almost all the parts of that. That is why he is considered as the father of the computer. So you can see here the difference engine is there, the picture of difference engine, then analytical engine and Charles Babbage. In 1946, ENIAC computers was invented. It was a very big machine weighing 30 tons. So in this year this machine was developed, and the weight of it was 30 tons, and we will study about it later in the chapter. Okay children, so today you will be revising all this, and also remember that you have to learn the dates and the specialties of these engines, so you can start learning also. as the chapter is going on. Okay, take care, bye bye.